Joe Biden dropping out of the presidential race has been a historic and emotional moment for many, especially for people who have been longtime supporters of Biden. And regardless of if you are someone who supported Biden to the end or wanted him to drop out, I think we can all agree that he has been a great president and has done a lot of good for this country. And the general consensus is that him deciding to drop out was a very honorable and patriotic decision, and that's why we had an Obama advisor holding back tears as he was reacting to Biden dropping out. But before we take a look at that clip, let's watch this MSNBC host praise Biden for the great job that he has done as president, because I think she does a great job explaining how difficult of a decision this was for Biden to make. So let's take a look at that clip.
I mean, this is history writ large. You know, we'll all remember where we were and what we were doing at this moment. And just thinking about the president right now, you know, what a man, what a patriot, what an act of selfless devotion to your country. And he has been a phenomenal president. He brought us back from COVID. He gave us the best recovery from COVID of any major nation on earth at a time when the world has economically been struggling in the wake of COVID. The Biden economy is literally the envy of the world. He ended the presidency of Donald Trump at one disastrous term. And he did it while being decent and civil and honorable and normal, and occasionally boring at a time when boring was absolutely what we needed. And I just, his career of decades in public service as a senator and as a very successful vice president and as a phenomenally successful president, there is no single thing that he has done in that entire career that is a greater or more consequential act of service and sacrifice to this country than what he has done today. And I cannot, knowing him a little bit, knowing his personality, having spoken to him, a number of times in my life, both in sort of official and unofficial capacities, I cannot see anywhere in his personality where this decision today was possible. This is the opposite of something that is natural or easy for him. He is just not built to do something like this because his superpower is being underestimated. And that's why he's been so resolute in resisting all these calls for him to drop out. But him making this decision today is to give the country a chance, a reasonable chance at not putting Donald Trump back in the White House, not putting a president back in the White House who refused to leave the last time and summoned an angry mob to try to overthrow the government rather than go. This is Joe Biden saying, apparently it's not me, the one that gives us the best chance to do that. It's got to be somebody else, and so I will step aside. I'm just blown away by the sacrifice and the patriotism that this moment embodies.
So yeah, like I said, I think she did a great job explaining how difficult of a decision this was for Biden, and that he is truly doing this because he decided that it would be the best decision for the country. Joe Biden has been a great president and has truly served only for the betterment of this country and no other reason, unlike Donald Trump. And that is exactly why this Obama advisor had to hold back tears as he was reacting to Biden dropping out. Take a look at this clip.
Even people who are pushing for this to happen, it's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting and he's fighting, and everybody's so frustrated, and then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry. Because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him. And you have to take something from him. Now, this is not, look, this politics is politics. But this is a human moment for one of the great humans in America. This is a huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this, this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first and put the party first and put the cause first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done, and he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. It was painful every day to sit up here and talk about him like he's just some problem for the party. Wait till we get to the convention. You're going to see people crying, standing, screaming, cheering. He may not get a chance to talk for 10 minutes. We finally get a chance to put our arm around this guy. He did the right thing for this country. He did the right thing for this party. All of us are going to be in this situation someday, and I hope that we take a moment to honor this man and to love this man. I love Joe Biden. I appreciate what he's done, and a lot of people are heartbroken today. Even if it's the right thing, it's still just horrible.
So yes, it is very clear that this has been a very emotional moment for everyone in this country. But regardless of if you think Biden should have dropped out or not, I think we can all agree that it took a lot of courage and honor for him to make this decision. And even regardless of the decision he made, I think it took a lot of strength because he was honestly put into a very difficult position. But I think we will continue to see people praising and thanking Joe Biden for his great work as president. But we shouldn't just stop there because we should continue to be rooting for him as he finishes out the rest of his term, because a strong end to his term will lead to a strong start to the next one, which will most likely be Kamala Harris as long as she wins the election. But just because we have a new, young, and strong candidate does not mean we can sit back and relax. We must work to avoid another 2016 at all costs and get out and vote blue this November, as another Trump term would be devastating for this country.